season is here. I don't know what the surname fun fake actually means, but what I can tell you, it's very fun fake outside. It is super cold, but one thing that is, don't laugh, one thing that is going to keep you warmer, it is the episodes that we keep dropping. Unfiltered gang, welcome to episode number 8. If you're coming back the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, the eighth time, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Don't forget to also click on the notification bell. If it's actually your first time seeing our beautiful faces right here, also make sure that you're part of the gang by clicking on the subscribe button as well. My name is Ntabi, the MC. You know who already I am, right? The girl with the voice for radio and the face for TV. Why were you laughing when I say fun fake?
I mean, it's a cold one, yeah, and maybe you can say the cold is the
it's fun fake. It's fun fake. Almost said the name of someone.
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. But it's quite cold, especially right here in the Western Cape, in Cape Town. It's cold as something. So just keep home, and also avoid, those fires that people put out there, and they don't attend to them. So yeah, it's a cold one. Yes, my name is Wiseman, the main man, the music junkie. It's been a while, eh?
It hasn't been a while actually. When was the last time? Oh, you mean it's been a while with your
face? My face in the episode.
Makes sense actually. But I think you also do well behind the scenes. You always come through with exciting questions and everything. Someone told me you don't need to always be in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
That people will really make some big moves behind. Come to think of it, even in the acting industry, people that are behind the scenes are the ones that make more money. Even in relationships, people that are not posted, people that we only see their shadows and their hands, they're the ones getting more benefits. Trust me, that's
the relationships that last. Is the private ones.
I'm telling you, there were girls who were literally saying, it's so sad that we can't post our boyfriends that are taking care of us, like the men that are actually providing and doing top-notch things, taking us to vacations and everything. Unfortunately, we can't post the sponsors.
Here's something that I want to ask, maybe to just pick in this few minutes. Between a private and a secret relationship, is there a difference?
Why people have a secret relationship? Isn't that cheating? Isn't a secret relationship cheating?
So there's a big difference between a private relationship and a secret relationship.
I would say that. I definitely do believe that, and I'll give you my theory based on it. I even say it's a low-key. So sometimes the person would come to me and say, I really want like a low-key relationship. So low-key for me would define that you don't want our issues known on social media. There's no need for us to be announcing in family gatherings that we are together. We don't need to be out there.
So no one knows who are you with, but you are with someone.
No. People know who I'm dating, but they don't know.
Which people? Because social media is the people.
No, people around in our lives. The reason I'm speaking about low-key, I've dated very influential men that are not to be known out there in social media, whatever the case may be. So someone's reputation can then say, I don't want to be out there.
Okay.
So in a sense that friends can know that we're dating, people can know who you are dating, but not exactly what is happening in the relationship.
Okay.
Then there's a secret relationship. A secret relationship is where people don't even know who you're dating.
It's only the two of you.
It's like a WhatsApp group chat. There's an ex of mine who did a WhatsApp group chat where it was me and him only in the WhatsApp group chat. And we're like, what are you doing?
They're posting you, but they're hiding everyone else. You're the only one that can see the status.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm not taking you back.
No, you're not taking me. I've never actually been in that situation. Come to think of it, I don't think I've been in a situation where my partner is post. I wouldn't know, because even people that I date, I don't think they actually post me or whatever the case may be. But going back to that thing that you were asking, to say low-key relationship and also secret relationship and whatever the case may be, that's the difference. You can find a point where people know who you're dating, but they don't know the business of your relationship. And there are people who genuinely want relationships like that, which is okay because of their background. I've dated people that you feel, okay, here, this person's background doesn't want them to actually be out there. And then you get people who literally, they don't want people to know about you. Like, you're something of the night. You're only there at night to assist at night.
12 at noon.
So those things, they do happen. Guys, I've got a toothache. Forgive me.
But I do believe that for both of those kinds of relationship, whether low-key or secret, there is just room for things to happen behind the scenes.
Which one? The low-key one or the...
For both, man. For both, because...
No, but even if someone... Sorry to cut you there. Even if someone posts you on social media, even if someone is making noise about you, they can still cheat. I don't think it's a matter of how private your relationship is or how low-key. I used to grow up having the mentality of saying that if you don't post your man, if you hide your man, then ladies won't come after your man, or people won't come. Even when you hide, people will they'll find the shadow of your man, hunt him down, and do whatever they want to do with him.
They'll find the shadow.
Because we post shadows. I only post shadow and the hand and the fingerprints, and I don't post a lot of things. But I used to have that mentality, and that's why there's a saying that I like so much, where there's a lady who said, you can't keep someone who doesn't want to be kept.
Oh, that's
You can't keep a man that doesn't want to be kept. You can't keep a woman that doesn't want to be kept. So there's no such thing as, I'm keeping my... No, that's what no, you can't. If they don't want to be kept, they don't want to be kept. Regardless of what you do, they don't want to be kept, they don't want to be kept.
I hear you. But I also want to take you on in this one that you are saying that, hey, for people that are working behind the scenes, they do the most. Even in sexual positions, that behind one. The one that comes behind.
Oh, yeah. And speaking about the behind, I came across information, very interesting information, by the way. I came across very interesting information to say, if you're someone that struggles to get on orgasm, the position that is going to help you to get what we call a cervical orgasm, which is the most nicest orgasm, is actually a doggy style, because the doggy style allows you to have deep penetration. So they were saying that, if you can't get clitoral orgasm because your partner doesn't want to rub your clit, whatever the case may be, if you struggle to get vaginal orgasm and whatever the case may be, then you must always opt to get like a cervical orgasm through the doggy style, and you must bend very well.
I hear you, but let's stop speaking about the clinical stuff and everything. Whose fault is it for you not getting an orgasm? Is it the guy's fault that you are not getting orgasms? Let's really look at it in that sense, because some people have never experienced an orgasm. They're having sex, they're having sexual intercourse, they're having from a different partner to a different partner, they've never had an orgasm. Now, whose fault is that?
Unfortunately, I'm going to need to be medical about it, because it's very medical. The whole point of it is very medical. I don't want to lie to you. There are multiple reasons why a person would never have an orgasm ever in their lives, right? So it's either you find that this person, they've never explored their body to a point of understanding what we call them erogenous zones, like your sensitive.
What makes them tick?
What makes them tick? They've never explored their body. So if you touch my breast, I'm this kind of a person. There are people like that who haven't even touched, their anal. They don't know.
They just throw water.
They just throw water. People don't know their parents. There are people like that. Some people, it's hormonal imbalance. You would also understand that a lot of women are on contraceptives, and contraceptives also are able to somehow
mess up with that settings
and whatever the case may be. Some people, because of stress, there's a lot of reasons why people wouldn't get that, right? But also, again, when it comes to the fault when we are doing the activity, I wouldn't necessarily point it to one person, because sometimes you're lucky enough to find someone who's actually well experienced in the bedroom, someone who would actually take it beyond their means to make you to be in the moment, and to make you calm, and to make you ejaculate, to make you climax. And then there are people who are there for their own agenda. I just want to ejaculate and get the hell out of here. I don't care. I'm not here for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. There are people, there are ladies like that who literally say, listen, you're here, I need the dick, give me the dick. Fuck up. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm done.
That kind of a thing. So that's why I always say, if you're going to get into a sexual activity, it is survival of the fittest. When you're pneumonia, you must always fight for your own. Listen, you're a soldier there. Fight for your life. If you are going to be there, yes, I understand the whole thing of let's please each other, let me see what you want. We can do that, but don't forget the goal. The goal is you there. So if you know that they did the first round and you're not satisfied with the first round, wake the person up and say, listen, I need the second round now.
I need to get my own.
So that if their wife calls, well, sorry, don't be in multiple relationships. But anyway, if they decide to leave, then you know I got what I want. I'm okay, I'm good, fine, you can actually go.
Like you always say, you didn't waste your body count.
And guys, I hate waiting. I don't want to waste my body count. I can waste a lot of things in life. My body count, chief, especially now it's cold. If I am going to get naked for you, if I'm going to get naked for someone, it better be worth my while. I will never get naked and my body count is wasted. I don't even feel my legs go. No, something must happen. If I have to grab you and hold you and push you inside of me, I will hold you, grab you, push you inside of me. And sometimes you must hold.
But with consent, with consent.
What do you mean it's consent?
Always consent. You can't, if the person is not consenting, then
No, but they're already inside. What are we consenting?
consent is very
No, but
important.
you're already inside of
You can say no even if it's inside. I
No, I
don't want to continue with this.
So you're telling me that the guy would say, I want to be inside of you, but I don't want to be deeper.
Listen, let's talk about this. Why does it feel like consent needs to only come from the female side? Can't I, as a guy, even if, yes, it's up there, I'm erected, and I say, I don't want to continue with this activity?
No, I hear you, but what I'm saying is already you are inside of me. Consent doesn't need to come from only ladies. Even you as a man, you can still give consent to say, I'm not comfortable. I haven't seen it happen quite a while, and that's why there's a phenomenon that men love sex more than women. It is because of that. And I think it's a body thing, it's a physical body thing, whatever, biology, whatever the case may be. But then, okay, now I've lost my train of thought because I'm thinking of people
But
inside
then,
of me.
because he's inside, he might as well go deeper.
That's what I'm saying. I have a problem with people that are inside, but you don't want to go deeper.
Just because you pour the water and you made the tea, I don't have to drink the tea.
You're inside. Go deeper. Am I asking for the world?
Can I decline?
To go deeper, then what are you doing inside?
Even the
It's like
activity.
you're at the door. It's like you're just playing at the door. Don't play at the door. Come inside the house. What are you doing there by the door?
This consent thing is a big thing, eh?
No, I'm not concerned about consent. I don't have a problem with consent.
Concerned about
I'm concerned about
Going
people
deeper.
going deeper. That's what I'm
what's
concerned
standing by
about.
the door.
No, I don't like people who stand
all
by
the
the
way.
door. It's like this tendency that you guys have, and which I kind of like, but at the same time, it's very...
Ooh, dangerous statement, you guys, but okay, continue.
Yeah, you guys like you general, like people in general, human beings in
Let's
general.
go.
So you human beings in general, yeah, you guys. So this tendency where a person, they will do foreplay, whatever the case may be, and then they would stroke you. So before putting it inside the garage, the person would make it play there by the door and whatever the case may be. It's like, get where you are going. Get inside. Get inside.
I hear you. And it also brings me to something that you said very interestingly. You said sometimes it depends on the person that you bring or you meet up with. They might have experience to actually take you there. What actually makes that person to be experienced? What brings the experience? Is it the number of your body count that you have? Or is it about how you are maybe curious, you investigate things, you study things, you want to know how does the body of the man work, how does the body of a woman, what brings that experience? Because most of the times we like to assume that, hey, because a wise man has been around, that one is a rolling stone, he's been there, so he's experienced. I might get to Ntabi saying, whose body count is only 2, and they might beat me. So what brings that experience?
And I'm glad that you're saying that because you can sleep with 100 people and still be useless in bed. Very much possible.
Useless, capital letters.
There can be a guy in our community that has slept with every girl, but still when you go there, very useless. Nothing that is happening. Nothing at all.
A community builder.
Understand? Like, okay, they told me a lot of things about you, but this is like, okay. And you go there with expectations because they've been telling you this guy has been around.
What?
So you're like, okay, let me try Chad out. Chad has been around. And then you get there, you're like, so this is what you've been getting. What? Is this the talent you've been showing people all along? So those things actually, they do exist. I don't want to lie to you. But I would like to say it's a mixture of a lot of things because there are people that are able to read about information and know how to execute it. Remember, there's also you being curious enough to explore and find out what is actually happening. If you're the kind of person that is willing to go out there, not do research per se, but just have conversations with people, learn about what excites people, speak to women, speak to men, speak to different people as well, and then comes the part of executing. Now, the executing part obviously comes with your body count. You can then execute with one of your partner, and then you realize, okay, but when I execute with someone else, it's different. And then you do it with someone else, you realize it's different. But with each and every experience, you take something away from it, and you always do things better as well. And I think also, experience comes with playing with your body as well, understanding your body as well.
Okay.
You are able to communicate it better to the next person because if you are enjoying and you are guiding the next person to know exactly what to do, you're also making them feel comfortable as well. I know a friend of mine who didn't know how to do a woman on top. And the guy was patient enough to take him through it, to say, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you touch, and whatever the case may be. And it didn't feel like a lesson per se. They were just, easing. So like, okay, lesson number 1. Your legs, they must be on this. No, don't do didn't feel like that. So it's a mixture of a lot of things.
I like that, man, because I feel a lot of times in relationships and also in sexual activities, people don't really communicate like properly. Communicate verbally, communicate non-verbally, also like you said, using your body to make sure that you communicate. Most of the times people comes with expectations, they comes with the thing of you need to be the one that does this, that does that, but they don't communicate that when maybe one, they're not satisfied, or two, they're not getting what they really want to get out of that activity, and then they go away disappointed, wasting the body type, like you always say, not even being well communicating with that person so that you know for the next time or for the next opportunity you've taken something away from that experience. Because I think it's very much important for us to take something away from experiences. And I always say, or always think, for me, because I mean I've played sports and stuff, practice always makes perfect. If you don't go to the practice, you only go to the game day, you're not gonna be able to execute what you...
No, you're not going to be able to execute. I know of an incident in my life where I didn't decide to be celibate. It was dry. Seasons can be dry, guys. You know, even for us pretty girls.
It was salty.
You know, seasons. So I had a very dry season, unfortunately, around that time of my life. And when I decided to get back, or not when I decided, when an opportunity came
across.
Yeah, so me to get back into the game, I really felt like a virgin. I felt like I don't know what I'm doing. I felt, you know, not uncomfortable,
but out of touch.
Out of touch. I think that's actually a good way of putting it. I was so out of touch. And one thing that I'm glad that I did was to communicate that. I communicated that to the person that I was with, to say, hey, listen,
it's been a while.
I haven't went down the road in quite some time. It feels like I don't know what I'm doing. Now, the worst part about it is also with them, it was the same thing. So now it was like two blind people leading each other on the road.
The blind leading the blind.
I was like, okay, this is going to be hectic. Because I just wanted to feel like someone, you know, and sometimes I feel like it's a good thing to be shown like something to when someone exposes you to a different world. When someone says, okay, you're out of touch, let me show you, let me ease you into it. But we have to ease each other into it as well. So I totally do get what you're saying, and it's important to note it down.
It's quite important to note it down. I feel like there's another one there that we can also go with in terms of disclosing, because not a lot of people disclose information to their partners, be it a sexual partner for that moment or the partner that they are in a relationship with. What makes it difficult to disclose such things like, for instance, it's been a while? What makes it difficult to disclose things like, for instance, hey, listen, I'm coming from maybe a very serious relationship and I am not maybe looking for something very serious. Even people find it difficult to disclose some of the diseases that they have out there. And they know that we're gonna meet and we're gonna go down that road. You might get infected with what I have, or you might infect me with what you have. Disclosure, what makes it so difficult, man?
I mean, Chief, I think it's the taboo around it. We are an African society. Some of these conversations, we've never given an opportunity to speak about them till today. I think we're the only, not the only, but one of the reasons why we even started this podcast was just to allow people to openly speak about it, talk about sex, talk about sexuality, talk about these random things.
Disclosure.
Even if you don't have the information, but you speaking about it, you're able to get people that are able to give you, you're able to get people that can give you the proper information that you need. So the tabooness of it, number one, you know, growing up in an environment where you were told that you can't talk about sex, or not even told, but you just read between the lines that, okay, so sex is something that I don't talk about. I don't talk about, you know, how I feel, my emotions, my breast, my menstruation. I don't care. Then I will not go there. So even when you grow up, start getting into relationships, you still hold it in because you're scared of being judged. You're scared of the embarrassment that comes with it. You're scared of how the reaction is going to be of the next person as well. I think another thing is confidence. confidence is a major thing when it comes to the issue of being naked. And I think we don't speak about it a lot. We don't have so many conversations about this issue of confidence. Chief, if you're not confident in that department, you will not even understand what you're doing. Because confidence also comes with you getting to ask the questions directly to your partner and say, hey, listen, where's the condom? Or asking just random things to say, hey, I'm not satisfied with that round. Can we do another round? Confidence is being able to say, in whatever, I don't care what your response is going to be, but this is how I feel in the moment, and this is how I'm going to address the issue. Because I can't keep quiet. People keep quiet because they're scared of what their partners might say.
But also, I think with confidence, let's not mix it with arrogance.
Yeah, no.
Some people can be downright arrogant about some of the things. They'll be like, hey, listen, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. And you're like, really? You didn't even do the things that you think you did. So I think also in you being confident in your own skin, in your own body, but also let's not try to confuse it with arrogance.
Yeah, I don't like arrogant people. I hope I don't attract arrogant people in my life. I pray I don't attract arrogant people as well. But I think the element of confidence, when you have it, you're able to also put someone who's arrogant in their place very quick and very fast. We were speaking about people being mentally matured and emotionally matured and whatever. So there's always a way that you can deal with these things. If you see that someone is getting out of hand, they're arrogant and whatever the case may be, you can always try to find a way in that conversation. My issue is, imagine finding an arrogant person with someone who's not confident in the bedroom. Imagine how worse that experience is going to be. Because now the person is going to be participating in an activity where they don't know what the terms and conditions are, they don't even know what they're doing, and this person keeps on feeding them nonsense. This person is painting a picture. That's why today you have people that hate having sex. I've got a friend of mine, sorry friend that I'm exposing you. I've got a friend of mine, so she's never been in the dating space, whatever the case may be. She's always been a focused girl. And then she found a partner, I think they stayed for about 5 years. And this partner of hers was just doing nonsense in the bedroom. But I don't think the partner was doing nonsense. I think they were not emotionally and sexually connected. I think that's what the issue is. But from how she explains it, she says to me, no, the partner was not, I couldn't reach an orgasm. I was dry most of the time. I had to use a lot of lubricant. It was the worst sex experience.
It was not clicking.
To a point where before the end of their relationship, my friend thought that she has a problem. She literally was going to gynecologists, literally buying herbs, buying medication, doing all of this sort of nonsense. I was trying to help. We were trying to see, I told my friend, maybe you have a problem. What do you mean you can't fool this guy? Until my friend then changed the partner. And when my friend changed the partner, that's when she was like, in Tabi, first round, I was orgasming. First round, I was reaching a climax. Oh, so you just need a change of dick. So I think doctors need to also prescribe them. Like, are you worried? Are you stressed? You've got flu? Oh, change of dick.
Expect advice. Why don't you change dicks?
Change dick, that's a prescription. They give you a letter, you go change dick, and then you just, that's what we've discovered me and my friend, that change of dick is also a prescription. Very much important.
So this thing of people not communicating, it I think it also goes to that disclosure thing that I was asking, because now you've never been with someone that communicates freely and openly with you as to say, hey, listen, when I get at home, it's gonna go down type of thing, or when they just whisper sweet nothings into your ear and you get to understand that, hey, listen, this is where we are going to go to between me and my partner type of communication. Also, when things don't really connect between the two of you in the bedroom, you are able to, both of you, voice it out and get an understanding that, hey, listen, we didn't really, or one of us didn't really, so how about we try this, how about we introduce toys, and how about, so I think disclosure really also is coming from why people have a level of disclosure, comes from that not a lot of us can well communicate how we feel, our emotions, and what we want sexually.
And I think, the most beautiful thing, or the most luckiest thing that you can ever find in this world, is finding a partner that understands you in different phases and different stages. I always say that blessed are people that find partners that are able to accept them for who they are and what they come with as well. Because if you find a partner that says, Ntabi does not know how to well communicate, but I'm able to listen to Ntabi and allow Ntabi to actually guide me in the process. I'm saying that intentionally because I know with me personally, when I explain something to someone, I take forever. Like I'm a context person. I need to give you a background context. I could just literally be telling you a simple thing, but I'm going to go.
Let's start from the beginning.
Right? Now imagine if I found a partner who has a short concentration span, who doesn't like listening a lot. By the time I get to my point, I lost it. So they don't even know that I was trying to say...
Get to a certain point.
You understand? So I think really, and I think you would know this best when I say finding a compatible partner is the best thing that could ever happen to you, because it's also going to help you in so many aspects of your life, not in the bedroom only, but in so many decisions that you're going to be making. You're going to know, okay, fine, at least I found someone who understands me, who sees me, who's willing to also listen. Because sometimes you can communicate to someone who's not willing to listen. You can be a well communicator, but the person is not a well listener.
And you know, it becomes very difficult when you meet someone who listens to respond. You know, when you find those kind of partners who you think, when you say something, you think they are listening to you, but they're just trying to arm up their next line of defense.
Yeah.
They're not hearing what you are saying.
Those kind of people, Chip, I think people are going through a lot of trauma. Someone was saying the other day that maybe, you know, this thing of us dating, and I think the world is fucked up, Chief. Even the sexual space, things are fucked up. I asked Chad the other day, can I scream? He said, no.
Are you trying to let some steam out?
Sometimes I need to scream.
Okay.
I need to scream, so yeah.
Okay, say space.
What was I saying? Things are fucked up. That was exactly what I was saying. Things are fucked up. The sexual space is fucked up. People's minds are fucked up. People's souls are fucked up. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Because when we started in this dating space and whatever, now that we're growing up, we're dating different people that are coming from different experiences of heartbreak and love and relationships. Now those people, they get into relationships carrying traces of whatever that happened in their previous relationships.
And child trauma.
And child trauma. But specifically, let's look into the experiences they had in relationships. Now, when these people, they get into a relationship with you, it's like you're putting your burden on the table, they're putting their burden on the table, and now it merges because both of you are still trying to find yourselves. You're trying to heal from whatever that you've come from, but at the same time, you're still trying to make what you have to actually work. And now, because these relationships these days, they last like 3 to 6 months, 2 months, a year.
Instant.
They're instant. It's instant porridge,
porridge.
these relationships of today. Then you get into the next person, the same thing, the pattern happens, the habit happens. I genuinely feel that's why marriages, that's my theory, to say that's why marriages, we've got so many divorces today. Because people are really carrying so many things that they were coming with. If, you know, I feel like it would have been easier if you get 3 trials. Where God says you've got 3 trials. You've got your first girlfriend to try out things with, second girlfriend to try and settle, first girlfriend to experiment, second girlfriend to try things out, and third girlfriend to settle.
Yo, only 3.
I feel like that's how it was supposed to
So many
happen.
people in the world, only 3 with so many
That's the
experiences.
problem, guys.
You see, for me, I don't think that's where the issue comes. I think the issue comes in people not wanting to be in the space where they can spend time with themselves. People literally want to jump from one person to the next. They want to jump from one relationship to the next. There's power in understanding who you are, because you might just find out that most of the breakups or most of the things that are happening in your previous relationships were because you are not spending time with yourself. You are not patient with yourself. You are not lenient with yourself. You are not loving to yourself. Hence, you seek out love from external forces. Now, for you to get to a space where you are comfortable with yourself, you understand that, listen, I know that this is how I operate. This is how my mind works. This is how I want things to be done to me, and this is how I like to do things for the next person. Then you go in a relationship as someone who is powerful. Because tell you what, people that sometimes will jump from this to that, they most of the times are the people that will just not even have or look or see where the red flags are. Because it will all be about how, okay, let me just give him a chance. He's not like Sipo. No. I see, okay, you see, those type of things. Because you never really get the space and the chance to be by yourself, to spend time with yourself, to understand who you really are, what you really want, and what kind of a partner are you looking for, what kind of a partner do you want. You just get any random guy who maybe shows one or two characteristics of the partner that you think that you want. You're like, okay, I'll build the others as I go on. You cannot be Bob the Builder.
I fully agree with you with what you said. I fully agree with you. And I also think it's a bit unfair. In what sense? In a sense that people can fuck you up. People can fuck you up, and I'll tell you why I say people can actually fuck you up. You get into a relationship, this person literally approached you and said they like you out of the blue, randomly. You didn't go to them, they came to you, and next thing this person achieved, it's either they infect you, or okay, maybe they infect you, and it's going to be a long conversation. Let's not get into that one. But I think the point that I'm trying to make is, some people, they hurt others in this thing of relationships to an extent where you ask yourself, but why did you have to do that?
Why did we have to do that? Yeah.
And because some people are they are lovers, they carry that even when they try to heal, find themselves and everything, but there are traces of that is also going to still follow up with them as well as time goes on. This thing of sexual trauma, it's a big thing as well. Sometimes you don't even need to be sexually assaulted for you to go through sexual trauma. Someone can give you bad sex, can be sexual trauma, simply because someone gave you bad sex. No, guys, think about it. If you fuck someone, you don't fuck you good.
You know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing because we just spoke about how it's important for you to be someone who well communicates.
Yes, but remember we also spoke about how you can well communicate to someone who's not a well listener. And we also spoke about, remember those things, those elements that we spoke about confidence as well, to say how confident are you to communicate exactly what you're communicating.
But also feel like what really messed people up is the very same thing that we were speaking about in terms of disclosure. There are some of the things that you must disclose them when you get into a relationship.
Let's make a list of things that are must disclose.
Maybe they will not be in this very first conversations that we are having, or maybe they will not be in the first date, but very early on in a relationship. You cannot be someone who is in a relationship or who is working on a relationship with someone, and you know that you are a father of 4, and you don't tell the next person that, hey, listen, I'm actually a father of 4, because that, whether you like it or not, is going to be part and parcel of your relationship.
No, I agree with you. And I think people are scared of the part of conditions. There's something called conditional love and unconditional love. And people are very scared to say, if I tell this person what is exactly happening in my life, it only goes back to the issue of, someone living with HIV. And someone would say, but if I tell this person, it means it's going to change how they look at me. It's going to change how they feel about me as well. And you need to give a person the right to do so.
Exactly.
You need to allow a person to say, listen, this
the space to decide for themselves.
It's not an easy thing. I want to stand up for people that don't easily disclose. It is not an easy thing to actually do. But I think over time, when you do that thing of spending time with yourself, knowing yourself, understanding yourself, you get to a point where you realize, okay, maybe I can actually do this. I can just disclose it to a person and say, this is the situation that I have. And I think lying also makes the situation worse.
Not telling it, because some people, they will say, no, I didn't tell you the truth. I did not lie to you. I just didn't tell. You lied.
Holding information.
You see now, you really need to go there because you withheld very important information. But I also think that, let's separate the two for a little bit. Because for me, not to say to you that, hey, listen, I am a father of 4, in the long run, you might come across that information and it's going to hinder the relationship. And what makes me to withhold that information what really makes people to do that, I'll tell you, is because people want to get the benefits of the relationship first, and then when they see that I've dragged you along into the relationship, I now feel comfortable that you are in a space where you can say, I love you, and I say, I love you back. Then I'm like, you know what? Actually, I need to tell you something. It's 3 months down the line. We've been seeing each other naked from time to time. Only now I tell you that I have 4
But some
kids.
people are also scared, Chief. I think also it goes with, if you have childhood trauma, for example.
Scared
you
of what?
don't want to be
Scared of losing the person?
scared of the reaction. Scared of losing the person
But
and
it's the reality. It's your life reality. I'll tell you why I said we need to park that one about the disclosing of maybe your HIV status. I believe with that one, that is the responsibility of both individuals that are involved in the relationship. If it's two, hey, because relationships where some people, they can add other partners, 2 or more. But I believe it's the individual's responsibility, both of them or more that are involved in the relationship, to make sure that they protect each other from each other. What do you mean about that? It takes me back to the years when I was doing testing and counseling for HIV and AIDS. We always advise people that, hey, listen, make sure that you go out there and you treat everyone as if they were infected or unaffected, because you are either infected or affected by HIV, whether you like it or not. So it's very much important for you, if you don't know the next person's status, to protect yourself against them, and also to protect them against you. So it's a two-way street type of thing. It's not a thing where, no, you didn't tell me that you were infected, you should have told me so that I use protection with you. It was not even gonna get that way. Listen, here's a scenario. You get hot and heavy with someone, they tell you just before you get in the sheets with them that, hey, listen, actually, a while back I tested and I'm HIV positive. Woo!
Speaking of that, there's a girl who actually did a video. I hope I can actually get a video to be linked on the description box. There's a girl who actually did a video explaining a similar situation where she says she met up with the guy, they were going out, talking stages, whatever the case may be. It got to a day where they booked and they wanted to have sex. She says, I genuinely wanted to have sex with the guy. On the night when we arrived, I realized that we don't have condoms. I asked them, do you have condoms? He says, we realized we don't have condoms. It is literally 3 a.m. We can't get condoms anymore.
Oh.
And the girl is she's beautiful, that girl. So she says, I kept insisting.
At the time you are horny.
That's what she said. She said, I was super horny. I kept on insisting because I knew I wanted to have sex with this guy. We've been talking. I'm vibing with him. I'm linking up. And the guy kept resisting. The guy kept on saying, no, I don't want to have sex. I know that I don't want to have sex, but because we don't have condoms, let's just wait a bit. They would kiss. When it's about to get there, the guy would stop and just resist. Because it happened for like an hour or two, to a point where I could feel myself that, I really want this thing. And he says at some point when we were both naked and we felt like we were about to get into it, the guy stopped me. The guy then held my hand and said, we need to talk. The reason why I'm resisting with us not having sex without a condom, it's because about 5 years ago, I tested positive for HIV. And I respect you so much, and I think it's my responsibility to actually let you know. So I want to have sex with you, but I can't, even if I wanted to. And I think for me, it was like it's so rare to get stories like that. Even that girl was saying, I respect that guy too. Because he could have chose not to tell me. He could have chose to two things: either sleep with me without protection, and the following day decide to say, fuck it, I'm not gonna be part of it. Or he could have decided that, he just rejects me, and I was gonna take that as rejection, right? That thing of people not communicating and reading between the lines, I was gonna take it as rejection. And because I'm not a typical girl, I wouldn't have called him weak and said, weak, you don't want to stick with me, you're weak. But I know I would have taken it as rejection, to say this guy's rejecting me. So it's one of those things, guys, please go get tested any chance you get. You might be in a relationship with your partner right now, but it doesn't mean that they're in a relationship with you. Such things, they actually do happen in this world. Anything you do, if you're going to get naked, put the condom on, and also make sure that you subscribe as well. Watch our previous videos, and we're going to be dropping more episodes as well. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me?
I thought you're still going on. I'm like, and I'm looking at how you are doing that lip thing. But here's another interesting one. I think most of the times people only get the light bulb on when someone discloses to them. And they also ask themselves questions, even before they have anything, without them having any sexual intercourse. They ask themselves a lot of questions as to, when was the last time I did a test? Do I even know my status?
And we have self-testing kits, guys.
Because most of the times people just would always look for that person to blame or that finger to point at, that you were the one that infected, and they would act as if they knew their status all along. So it's very much important, ladies and gentlemen, to know your HIV status so that you don't point fingers.
Yeah.
Because you might have brought something from somewhere else. And yes, having unprotected sexual intercourse is one of the ways of getting infected with HIV, but it's not the only way.
That's the thing. And I think another thing, we shouldn't only put the conversation around HIV. There are other STIs as well. There's unplanned pregnancy as well that people can also come across as well. So there's a lot of things that could actually go wrong. All we're saying is enjoy sex. Listen, I'm an advocate for good sex and enjoying sex.
Proper.
But as long as you do it with precautionary measures, if you need to take your PrEP, please go take your PrEP. If it means that you need to be on contraceptives, do that. Do that thing hectic there. And then come and do your woman on top and whatever the case may be. It's not rocket science. I feel like people make this sex thing like rocket. It's not rocket science. It's very easy.
But here's the thing, hottest teacher. It can be easy for us because we are in the space of sexual reproductive health and rights. But most people out there, I think they are not sexually liberated. There's a lot of people that we need to go out there and rescue and take them out of prison, 1976 type of situation, because a lot of people are still trapping themselves, imprisoning themselves, even some of the people, because of the conditions that maybe they grew up under, because of the background that they come from. They always had this thing of, it's a sacred thing. It's something that you can, like we were saying, that in some situations, in some families, in some friendships, you cannot even say the word sex. People look at you like, what's wrong with you? So there's a lot of people that really needs to be sexually liberated.
I'm not agree with you. What would you like, in closing, what would you like to say to someone that is sexually not liberated to the camera?
Liberate yourself, man. Take yourself out of the prison. Liberate yourself. Understand your body, understand your mind, and the human body is something else, both to explore and to enjoy. And it's a beautiful thing.
Me, I don't want to speak about liberation, guys. I don't know anything about liberation. I'm not Mandela. I don't, whether you liberate, whether you're Mandela, whether you go to prison, that's all you. All I'm saying is it's cold, it's winter, find a human heater, do something, cuddle up. Otherwise, if you don't have a human heater, if you're sleeping alone this winter, we're burying you next season. Thank you so much for joining us on episode 8 of the Unfiltered Gang. It's always a bang when we're with you guys. And don't forget to subscribe, and share to your friends so that they're also part of the gang as well. See you on the next episode.